Hi everybody, I thought I would do a quick recap of the first of our weekly coaching meetings. And today we talked about tracking, why you would macro track, what's the benefit of it. And it's interesting. It's interesting. We covered a little bit of the nuts and bolts of how to use the app that I provide for my clients. And then we went into why you would do it. And here's the truth. You need to know your baseline. You need to know how much you're eating and what you're eating before you can even think about making a change. So when I ask you, are you eating enough protein? Does that even resonate with you? Do you know how much protein you should be eating and if you're eating enough of it? See, if you're not tracking, you wouldn't know that. And so I encourage all of my clients to at least track for a couple of weeks, get a really good baseline, and really understand how much you're eating and what are you eating. And the tracking app is a great way to take care of it. It's pretty efficient. You can scan things and then you can see, because in general, I recommend that most of my clients eat at least 100 grams of protein a day. But if you're a bigger guy or you're working out a lot, you might be upwards to 120 to 150 grams a day. And so if you are not used to tracking protein, not used to eating a lot of protein, that's actually a lot of protein. And so next week, we're going to spend the entire educational part of the video on protein. And then we're going to move on to the other macronutrients, fiber. We're going to do a whole episode on alcohol. So this week was great. I highly recommend it. We had a technical difficulty, but we have got that worked out now. I encourage you to show up on time if you're going to come. It's very difficult for me to let you in once we get going. So maybe by 5 after, if you're not there, you just have to catch us next time. So I hope everyone comes and participates and brings all their questions. There was one really great question that came up, and that is, why do people who eat a very high-fat diet, like a keto diet, lose weight? And it was interesting because the keto diet works because you end up eating less. And it's not sexy. No one likes to think of it like that. But it does hit on that hunger and satiety cues. So I think that hunger and lack of satiety are the main drivers of being overweight or obese. If you're not hungry, you're not going to eat. Okay? Very few people just walk around just eating for the fun of it. If you're not hungry, you find other things to do with your time. And so when you cure your hunger problem, you suddenly realize, oh, I don't need to eat this much food, and you eat less and you lose weight. Well, keto, the high-fat diet, for some people, fat curbs that hunger and satiety. Now, when they look at the studies, protein equated, any diet will help you lose weight if you eat enough protein and you're in a caloric restriction. So, the high protein keto diet works great. If it works for you, do it. The problem I have with keto diet is I think it's very hard to maintain and you don't get enough fiber. You really have to eat fiber to actually be a healthy person. And this is for your gut health, reduce cancer risk, reduce cardiovascular risk. And so we will get into that later as we go more into this, but I just want you all to know all diets work. Whatever diet you're into, go for it. I'm not religious about it. So I hope to see you all next time at our group coaching meeting, and ciao.